The following game has no ESRB rating, nor is there any sort of listing for restrictive or mature content within the game. That being said, from my experiences playing the game itself and from what I've read and heard about it from others, the game does contain cartoony violence, as well as the possibility for your characters to perish in horrible but still cartoony ways. So were I to guess as to its ESRB rating, I would assume it would most likely be rated E10+. So based off of that assumption, the content in the game would only be appropriate for anyone aged 10 and up. So anyone who is not of that age group should not be watching this video. You have been warned.
Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today are, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we will be playing Oxygen Not Included. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not quite certain exactly how to describe it. I want to call it a colony simulator, given the fact that what little I've played of it has you warping these clones into some sort of underground space. I don't know if you're just simply underground on some strange planet, or you are in some sort of asteroid in the middle of space, but you're in this confined area. And while you can expand outward, not every piece of terrain that you find is going to be beneficial or useful to you. I mean, you could jump in and have a small pocket of air be completely surrounded by like hydrochloric acid, where if you mine in the wrong spot, the acid floods into your area and everybody dies. And when I say small pocket of air, the title is accurate. Oxygen is truly not included. So in addition to the normal things you got to take care of in one of these colony simulators, where you have to keep track of your water and your food and building materials, you also have to keep track of your oxygen intake, your people's waste management systems. And yes, by that I mean poo. Because I don't want to. So, all that fun stuff. It's not a game I've played a lot of before. I have played it, so I do have a basic understanding of what's going on. The other key aspect of it is that they don't tell you what you need to do beforehand. There's no in-depth tutorial like there would be for Phantom Doctrine or Rimworld, or actually I don't think Rimworld has a tutorial, or Castle Story, or even Slime Rancher. It's literally, here's your stuff, go experiment, And you survive, you survive. If you don't, there's always a new game. So that is one of the major hooks of the title itself. So a lot of experimentation, a lot of craziness is involved with the game. So should be fun. I mean, just look at the main menu right now. You got
somebody right over here, just throwing confetti around. This person's messing with the tank with one-eyed barracuda in it. This robot's, I think, cleaning something. This person's welding something that probably should not be welded, vacuuming something up. We got a random egg here. This is leaking. We got, I don't even want to know what this is. That person's climbing stuff. I did see somebody fly around on a jetpack earlier. That doesn't look friendly. So, a whole bunch of craziness.
so should be fun. The game is of course made by thank you again. And
Oh yeah, there's the guy with the jetpack I mentioned earlier.
so that being said, let us begin.
So we have two different options between game modes. We have the no sweat mode, where when disaster strikes, inevitably will, take a deep breath and stay calm. You have ample time to find a solution. Or survival, stay on your toes, one step ahead of this unforgiving world. One slip up could bring your colony crashing down. So it's basically, I guess, easy and oh dear God, please make it stop, in terms of levels of difficulty. Okay, so location details: name Terra, promising location with a balanced variety of resources. Terra meets all the requirements for duplicate, that's what they call the clones, life, and holds no surprises. It's ideal location for first attempt at establishing a colony. Survival chance ideal. So this world is stable and has no unusual features. Immediate surroundings, it looks like we actually are going to be in an asteroid. I guess this will show up for the layout of your world and geographical traits listed below. So this is the seed code, I guess. So that's one option. We also have Oceania, where a location with vast quantities of unpotable salt water. Unpotable salt water. I can't remember how that's exactly pronounced. Basically, undrinkable water. Oceania is quite stable, resource rich, but the majority of the area is covered in saltwater ocean. Careful expansion resource usage should lead to successful colony. Survival chance probable. It's geoactive and it's got volcanoes. Then we also have Vernadite, lush location, rich in wildlife and life-sustaining resources. Establishing a foothold on Vernadite will be challenging due to reduced food and oxygen options. However, abundant biological and mineral resources should afford excellent long-term growth. Survival chance likely. Also have large great glaciers, magma channels, it's hard to read with the coloring, geodes, and small boulders. We also have Rime, which is frigid location marked by inhospitable low temperatures throughout. Rime's low temperatures will make finding water and establishing farms or ranches problematic. However, a wide spectrum of minerals and cool environment could lead to thriving industry. Survival chance likely. It's got large glaciers, frozen core, and slime molds. And then we have Arborea, where a location with natural abundance of trees. Colonizing Arborea will require careful planning right from the start because its lack of metals. Finding biological solutions to problems is a must. Survival chance moderate. Various other stats. Then we also have Volcania, location rife with molten lava pockets and intense heat. Volcania would be perfect if it wasn't for the volcanoes. Taking carefully and managing the temperatures, our colony will be essential to success. Survival chance moderate. Then the Badlands, a barren location with an overabundance of mineral resources. The rocky terrain of the Badlands poses no immediate threats, but sparse resource availability will make expansion and technological progress challenging. Survival chance marginal. And we have Aridia, a location with oppressively hot temperatures. Temperatures on Adario are much higher than expected. While resources are abundant, maintaining food and infrastructure would be difficult as our colony warms. Survival chance slim. And then finally we have Oasisy. A desolate location with a cache of life-sustaining water trapped beneath the surface. A wide underground desert will pose temperature threats and strain the resources of a colony on oases. However, surviving the challenges should present great industrial opportunities. And again, survival chance slim. So those are our options. Because it's been a while and I still don't have a great sense of how this game is played, we shall start with Terra. Alright, so we have a choice between 3 different duplicates to begin with. Right now we have Frankie, whose interests are ranching, cooking, and digging. He has traits of Grease Monkey and Yokel, who cannot do researching errands. Stress reaction destructive, overjoyed response, sparkling streamer. It's nothing Frankies are more proud of than their thick, dignified eyebrows. Then we also have Marie. Interests are also ranching and operating. Traits are uncultured, which increases decor morale bonus, and cannot do decorating errands. Also squeamish, and cannot do doctoring errands. Stress reaction open fire, overjoyed response, sparkly streamer. This Marie is positively glowing. What's her secret? Radioactive isotopes, of course. That sounds dangerous, but somehow on par for this. Then we also have Nicola, whose interests are researching and decorating. Traits are buff, which is increased strength, but he's also a pacifist and cannot do attacking errands. Stress reaction destructive, so he only breaks things when he's angry. I can actually kind of relate. Overjoyed response, super productive. This Nicola once claimed he could build a laser so powerful it would rip the colony in half. No one asked him to prove it. And name of the colony is Space Rock. Let's not call the... Alright, so rename the colony to Outhouse.
Because that definitely does not have a double meaning. It does not have a double meaning.
Let us embark. So, alert. Awoken at the target location, but colonization efforts have already hit a hitch. Supposed to land on the planet's surface, but became trapped many miles underground instead. Although the conditions are not ideal, it's imperative that I establish a colony here and begin mounting efforts to escape. I'm assuming eventually no oxygen generator built, no outhouse built.
Completely different outhouse. Nothing related to it.
So we have a ration box that's unrefrigerated. We currently have breathable oxygen, although that's decreasing as people use it. But it's also increasing because we have oxalite, which is a consumable ore, which emits oxygen. So we don't have much on the to-do list right now, although we do need to have... So what's down here? So this is unbreathable gas. So this is CO2, unbreathable gas. We also have algae. Oh, and we have water. I guess the first thing we should do is dig down. More carbon dioxide. We got some more oxygen here. We use plants. Let's remove all of this. Oh, we have tutorials. So WASD pans the view. Mouse wheel zooms in and out. H refers to the printing pod. Return to the printing pod, which I guess is this thing. Speed or slow my perception time using the left top corner buttons or by pressing tab. while pressing space will pause the flow of time entirely. Tapping space pauses it. Okay. I just read that. Keep records of everything and discover in personal database you and refer back to it if I forget anything important. So this is literally about as tutorial as close to tutorial as it gets. Use the dig tool G and the build menu in the lower corner of the screen to begin planning my first constructor task. Once I've placed a few errands, my duplicates will automatically get to work without me needing to direct them individually. And then duplicates have limited jumping and climbing abilities. They can only climb 2 tiles high and cannot fit in spaces shorter than 2 tiles across or cross gaps wider than 1 tile. Keep this in mind while placing errands. Check if an errand is placed successful. I can select a duplicate and click Show Navigation to view areas within their reach. So tab speeds that up, and space pauses. Okay, so this is something. I don't know if it's hostile or not. So how do I kill things? Yes, that's how. And it does. And we have some meat. O2 seems to remain breathable. Well, first thing we need to do is build an oxygen generator and an outhouse. So puts large amounts of algae into oxygen, becomes idle when air reaches maximum pressure capacity. Need metal ore to do that. Where is metal? I got dirt, I got fertilizer, sandstone, algae, dirt, oxalite, coal. That could be useful. Got copper. A bunch of copper there. Some more water. Coal and sand. Well, it looks like if we attempt to dig straight up, may find another wild critter living in the ground. But if we dig straight up, we could probably break into this thing and harvest the ore, the copper there. There is oxygen up here, although it's got carbon dioxide between us and it, so that may end poorly. Also, I'm going to need a water source and an outhouse. Of course, the water is right here. That we've now basically broken this open, so the carbon dioxide is now filtering into the O2. Alright, now that the ladder's built, let's do something slightly stupid and break into this. Apparently it's quite cold and now, well, wet because the water is seeping into here because we broke that open. So digging for resources, everything colony needs is going to be get going is found in the ground. By instructing a duplicate to dig in an area, it can mine resources to build infrastructure, find food, and clear space for the colony to grow. And access the dig tool G, which allows me to select the area I want my duplicates to dig. Duplicates need to gain the super hard digging skill to mine abyssalite and the super hard digging skill to mine diamond and obsidian. Okay, that's how you dig. And environments extremely hot or cold affect my duplicate's internal temperature and can cause undue stress. Opening temperature overlay F3, check the thermal tolerance box shows me and check the thermal tolerance box allows me to view all the areas where my duplicates will feel discontent, be unable to regulate their internal body temperatures. So everything appears to be temperate for right now. I guess they're only cold because I kind of cut into this lake underneath of it, so all the water flowed down into here. And this plant is now drowning. I'm guessing a whole bunch of sandstone just suddenly fell. So I guess now they're trying to figure out what to do. And night happens, so... Well, that just drowned. I think the oxygen is actually increasing. I think. I don't think it was at 1700 and change earlier. Oh, there's actually copper right here. And a new day dawns, and they need a toilet. Which I haven't gotten around to building yet. Someone seems happy. And she picked up the muck root. Dived underwater to pick up the muck root. Yes, I know everybody's got to go potty. We're working on it. What do I need to do out though? Doesn't look like I actually need anything. Alright, as soon as I finish digging this out, this is where the outhouse is going to go. Alright, so somebody just, I'm assuming one of them just peed on the other. Guess I didn't build the outhouse fast enough. So, polluted aurora slowly emits polluted oxygen, accelerates the spread of these. Duplicates are also stressed by polluted aurora, so I should have my duplicates clean skulls by clicking and dragging up the mop tool, which is M. Alright, well, let's clean this up. And that that is quickly running out of O2. I was hoping that'd be more permanent. Oh well. Alright, so now that that's clean, colony requires a food source, and we have no oxygen generator still. So, clear up this area. Ladder. Put a floor in there. Alright, so this is pretty good for breathability. Underneath of it, not so much, but dig a little bit more. Check this right here. And I was hoping the water wouldn't flow down that far. Alright, so apparently it also requires power. And it's underwater right now. Just hoping we dig deep enough and all the water just simply pours down here. Because, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Guys can definitely hold their breath for quite a long while. We'll say that. So, we need power. And everybody falls asleep again. Okay, furniture. We got cots. So we'll dig this out, and that's where the cots will go. Starting tomorrow. Because this is slowly running out of O2. Well, it has made the entire area breathable, for the most part. And a new day dawns. Let's see, what did I hit? The overlay was the HUD was gone. Oh, the sand collapses as you dig everything. I mean, so I guess it's kind of like Minecraft in that regard. Should dig down there, hopefully break into here, and then the water can flow all the way down that way. Alright, now the battery is built, we can store electricity. Because I'm not quite certain it actually works when it's underwater. So, even though they're in bottles, they still emit poison O2. Okay. Build another ladder down there. Get cots built so that way you're not sleeping on the floor anymore. Break this open. This temperature. There's oxygen. It's mostly breathable, I guess. Unrefrigerated food. Yeah, I know. So, germs such as food poisoning and slime lung can cause disease in duplicates. Use the germ overlay F9 to view all germ concentrations by colony, even detect the source of spawning them. Building wash basins from the medical tab by colony toilets will help me tell my duplicates they need to wash up. Very important, especially in today's climate. That is not the wash basin. That's the wash basin. Oh, the wash basin is bigger than the outhouse. Log entry, I've added an entry in my log cycle 3. Almost since I had enough ooze to print a new duplicate. Once ooze is ready, I'll have left to do to choose a blueprint. You also have an extra set of hands around the colony, but having a new duplicate also means another mouth to feed. Of course, I could always print supplies to help my existing duplicate instead. I'm sure they would appreciate it. So we have achieved something. At least one toilet in a colony and a bed for every duplicate. Okay. Fetching water. Building a pitcher pump from the plumbing tab. So full of liquid, my duplicates will be able to bottle up and manually deliver it where it needs to go. Alright, so this printing pod, an exceptional advanced bioprinter of unknown origin. Apparently we didn't bring it. Apparently produces new duplicates or care packages containing resources. Duplicates come out here, but thank goodness they never go back in. So I can choose between one of two new duplicates. I can get a care package of dirt or care package of a pip egg. Pips are pesky, non-hostile critters that subsist on the branches of arbor trees. They are known to bury seeds in the ground whenever they can find a single area with enough space. Let's not go with anything for right now. Last thing I need is more crazy. We'll, however, build a ladder all the way down to here. Tiles for here. Mine that out. Alright, so the action isn't as breathable as it used to be. I'm hoping that the O2 will filter up from here. I don't know which is heavier, oxygen or carbon dioxide. So it needs water for the wash basin needs water for it to actually do anything. It's dropping everything into the water. And then in the process of attacking the critter, which has now died. And we've broken through to here. Where we got a whole bunch of plants. Let's enable auto harvest. Okay, so apparently as soon as it gets harvested, it dies. Mop up this water. And we got the oxygen thingy working. Don't think it's enough. We got chlorine over here with some plants and animals. Hydrogen. Fluted oxygen. Chlorine, some carbon dioxide, granite, iron ore. Bunch more CO2, some more water, polluted water, polluted oxygen. Slime, some germs. storage right here. So we have choice between two different duplicants. We have Stinky, whose interest is solely cooking. He also has decreased air consumption rate, but a small bladder. Or we have Ren, where his interests are building and suit wearing, whatever that is. Then traits are Uncultured, which increases decor morale bonus, and cannot do decorating errands. And we have Yokel, which cannot do researching errands. I think I'll take the cook. And there we go. We now have 4 people, and only 3 beds. How do I want to do this? Do it the fun way. Cut into here. Store everything, I guess. Get a new cot. So colony still requires a food source. Food. We have a microbe masher. Requires power. Take that there. And power. We don't have any metal ore. I don't know why it suddenly went over that way. There we go. So with the food maker, we can do the microbe musher. We have 3 production options. We can make a mush bar, which is an edible putrefied mush slob, which are preferable starvation, but only just barely. We can turn meal ice into a dense and mobile loaf, or we can make tofu from a bland curd from nosh beans. I don't have nosh beans, but I believe a meal loaf was up here. Oh, I guess it does regrow. We're also going to need a research station. Probably should not put it next to the No, let's dig all this out. And it's nighttime. And they sleep in an area they can't breathe in. On the plus side, it's now very oxygenated over here. So I should probably put another one over here. Can I put wires? There really should be an easier way to get rid of builds you don't need. That's apparently how you do it. Need more metal to build enough wiring to build that thing. Apparently I can't move my mouse in a straight line. Apparently they do, in fact. Dig out the area to put the thing that they're building. I'll have them dig in here just to see if we can get more O2. Insufficient resources mail-wise. Apparently tiles actually require sandstone to make. I guess that does make sense. So now there's oxygen over here. Yeah, so we're basically digging for oxygen right now. The wire's done, as is that oxygen diffuser. So all it just needs is a delivery of algae. Their various skills and whatnot. So hopefully we'll get O2 in this area. We're currently consuming more oxygen than we are producing. Apparently 2 of these are just not enough. So on that note, we should probably build a third. Except now it's bedtime. There's insufficient power for anything. So they sleep where it's difficult to breathe. Apparently none of them are sick, and they also have no stress. But at the same time, there's also very difficult to breathe down here. Plenty of O2 up top, but I think oxygen rises. So what I should probably do is put them down here. And so then we have food safety. Food my duplicates cook will only be as clean as the ingredients used to make it. Storing food in sterile, refrigerated environments. Keep food free of germs while carefully placing hygiene stations like wash basins or shower to prevent the cooks from infecting the food by handling it. Dangerous contaminated food can be sent to compost by clicking on compost button on selected item. Okay, so right now I'm more worried about having enough air to breathe as opposed to. Alright, so we're probably going to need a research station next, because that's what's required to get new things. Choose there. Wire it up. Alright, so they should probably be able to breathe down here, so let's wire all this down. Build another O2 generator down there. Alright, so no research selected. We're going to need liquid-based refinement process. So we have the desalinator to remove salt from brine or salt water, or ore scrub, which kills a significant amount of germs present on raw ore. Neither would. Well, I don't have any salt water or brine, so I don't need that right now. Mechanical surfboard increases duplicate morale. Not my major right now. So we have distillation, which should distill slime to algae. Canister empty, which empties gas canisters back into the world. Ethanol distillery refines lumber into ethanol. Water sieve produces clean water from polluted water using sand. It does produce. Oh wow, there's actually quite a bit more. So we should probably go with the basics of plumbing of liquids. So liquid bridge, one liquid pipe over a section of other without joining them. Liquid pipe carries liquid between output and intakes. Liquid pump draws in liquid and runs it through pipes. Must be submerged in liquid. The vent releases liquid from the liquid pipes. And we have sanitation, which is basically a better toilets, mesh tile, to build walls with floors of rooms, a shower, and a sink. So then we have a electrolyzer, which converts water into oxygen and hydrogen. Rust detox, which converts rust to oxygen and chlorine. That's filtration. This is one gas in the air, sending it to a dedicated pipe. Filter sieves one liquid out of the mix. Sending a dedicated filtered output pipe. Do I have an air scrubber anywhere? Something to turn polluted water into actual water. Don't think so, or at least not initially. Well, it can turn polluted water into fertilizer. There's production things. Alright, so I don't have, other than what I already have, it doesn't look like I have a machine, I have the ability, at least initially, just simply spawn air from. Alright, so after O2, food is probably going to be the next greatest concern. So we'll start with basic farming. Ah, somebody earned a skill point. I'm guessing it was ranking. How do I use it?
I'll figure that out later. Meantime, we seem to be doing slightly better in regards to O2. Still have to deal with unrefrigerated food. But I don't have access to refrigerators, so there's nothing I can do right now. interesting. Apparently some man-made tile over here. Some sort of computer desk. Gotta get through a whole bunch of chlorine and other not nice stuff to get there. So. I mean, everything seems to be rather temperate. Just a little bit warm over here. Various materials. It seems to be doing a little bit better, but there's still patches that are completely unbreathable. I wonder if we're actually out of algae. And we do seem to be out of power. This needs to be emptied. And they need to use the toilet. So everything seems to be out of power, and this needs to be fixed. I mean, the airspace is mostly breathable, except in, well, locations where they're currently standing and down below. But that is another issue for another day, because I'm going to call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.